Hello, and welcome back to Let's Play the Guardian Legend. Today we're taking on Area 9. We're approaching the end game here. There's only 2 major areas left. And you can really see the enemies here are just infuriating to kill. Like these guys that just take way longer than they have any right taking. Switch over to a sub-weapon that is a bit more suited to overworld situations. Just to see how many more points I can get before we approach the final areas. I'm actually going to go up here. Pick up that. That is, I think, yes, that is actually the final defense up. As you can see, we're now lined up with the weapon power used chips. Here we have a sub-boss. One that's not really that much of a threat. Although, he's keeping up pretty well, but it's already dead. And we get a... what? That's the wave beam. An upgrade to the wave beam, but wave beam's already maxed, so it doesn't matter. Alright, so that's that path down. We're actually going to do a little bit of backtracking to go down the other path. I like this question mark. It's a good touch. The purpose for the other path is this is where we actually get our hint. Just by standing on the gate. There's a weird point where the weird things that you have to do to open up corridors just becomes weird and simple again. I wanted to kill all those enemies for some extra points, but I ended up taking a lot of damage, so maybe that wasn't worth it at all. Oh, wait, never mind. I do kind of wish I could figure out what the deal was with these guys a little bit better. They're not really that much of a threat. But we have Corridor 19 right here, ready to go. So let's jump on in. The corridors for areas 9 and 10 are actually going to be quite hectic. Though 19 will be a little... it's going to ease us in to Skull Town. And we haven't actually talked about the motif of these two zones yet. It's sort of a desert theme, but I think what it's supposed to represent is sort of the outer crust of Naju. But that's just me. So we get a lot of these beam shooting enemies, which can be a major pain in the ass. Oh, there's our glitch. I finally got the glitch on camera. I'm going to switch to enemy eraser to get rid of that. Which doesn't work. Wow. But yeah, that is the laser glitch. It's even worse with the walker enemies. Alright, now it's gone. Because the walker enemy lasers stay around for much longer than the lobster monsters from back in, I want to say, Area 4? Corridor 14? I'm actually going to use a sub-weapon that I have been giving a lot of time in the light as I die. Welp. And we're back, right about where we were before. As I was saying before I got utterly destroyed, I'm going to be using the grenades a bit more in these two upcoming areas. The reason for that was a lucky full health, is enemies are going to start getting a lot more health than they have any right having. So I need a lot of burst damage, which thankfully the grenades give me. These skeleton dudes, it's just a matter of strafing back and forth across the map and making sure you get underneath them before they can get too many bullets off. And here we have a friend, the satellite, is back. I've actually figured out a good strategy for this guy, is to use the side swords. You get a good amount of damage in, and you destroy the missiles. So, the more damage you can get in on this guy, faster the better, because this guy isn't hard, and he's just so boring to fight. I really wish I could find a better way, but at this point, spinning shot takes too long to go down the screen, and fireball moves too fast, so. But we're done with that corridor. And what is our prize? Because I'm hoping for something in particular. Ah, that's not it. Wait a minute. We're full on defense. That just doesn't do anything. Odd. Well, let's switch to a different sub-weapon and continue on. These guys, although being very old sub-bosses, must have gotten a damage increase at some point, because they're actually kind of threatening. And can I open this, please? Well, that's a weird glitch. Oh, it must have been because the red lander was on screen. Anyway, that's our last red lander. We don't get another boost to our spread shot, but we have so many chips now, we can just use our sub-weapons. No regard for anything. As always, I'm skipping a lot of the enemies because they just take so long to kill. And they only give about 60 points. We're only going to hit one more level up anyway, before the end of the game. Well, I feel like the game is trying to tell me something here. I don't mind listening at all. Ah, there we go. I was waiting for the other sub-boss. Oh, are you kidding me? Really? So at this point in the game, they still give us one of these guys because they're at all threatening. I mean, I was a bit too close on that one, that's why I took some damage. And that's it. We get a blue lander, which is another health up. Second to last health up we'll probably get. And if we go down here, we can see this is where we loop around. So if you put 2 and 2 together, that means we're at the end of the level already. Now, the hint for this corridor was stand on the seal. actually all you have to do. Quarter 9 is a bit of a step up from 19, which was already pretty hectic. You got upgraded skull head, everything, just skulls everywhere. So this is where we are going to whole hog switch to the grenade and never look back. You really need to watch out for the fighters. They are your biggest threat due to just how much damage those lasers will do. The bullet fighters aren't anything to sneeze at either. And I am in a bad situation. Yep. Darn. So as I said before I died, enemies here have a lot of health. And we're still pretty weak due to being a very long time since we got our last damage up. Luckily, the grenade continues to be a force to reckon with, and we can just utilize that. This is the real tough part, is when you hit these guys right here. They will mess you up, and the grenade is the fastest way to deal with them. So, I decided to try something a little different, in that I went back to something very the same, and I'm trying out the fireball during this. It's actually working out pretty well. If you're lucky enough to catch one of the pods before it explodes with the fireball, you pretty much wipe out the entire thing. Though, it's easier said than done. So a couple episodes back, I called the Beholder Igor, but that's actually wrong. This is Igor. And Igor is quite the difficult boss. You really want to be careful about everything that you do during this guy. In fact, I was being very reckless just now. I'm gonna use a little enemy eraser to get more enemy eraser. I may have fucked up. Nope. Oh, God. Okay, I need a really lucky drop right now. That's not what I need. I just made this boss take way longer. I swear to God that worked in the practice recordings. There we go. We're back up. So this is the safer, saner method. Though you do also have to get close to do that. The problem with Igor is that a lot of his lasers, like most lasers in this game, do a lot of damage. So actually, one thing that you can do is use the side waves. Like this, in order to... Sorry, I'm trying to concentrate to get power up so I don't fucking die. I feel like this takes so long. There we go. Fuck everything. Yeah, Igor can be pretty hard. You gotta really be careful about your positioning and what you use and where. And I showed most of the strategies. There's using the spinning shot, there's using the side waves, and there's using the side swords. For our trouble though, we get the last level of Chaser, which I'm not actually going to show off right now. I'll show it off next time. And being next time will be Area 10, the last area. See you then.